Guys, we need to talk about this thing. G'day folks, it's Mish here, and today we are talking about what's in this box. Now I know you know what it is, I know you've read that YouTube title already, however I haven't seen this thing with my own eyes yet. But before I proceed, I just want to say a huge thank you to the supplier Detector for your help in sourcing this unit. I am super duper excited to get this open, so let's not delay any further. Let's rip this packaging open and let's have a chat about what's inside. I got tingles, folks. This is exciting. So far all I can see is the backpack. So this unit comes in its own backpack. So this is the Nemo unit by BLU. This is a underwater, I want to say underwater treasure hunting unit. That's not its only purpose. It is a surface supplied air or hookah diving system. It's completely portable. It allows you to dive up to 10 feet deep for possibly an hour, possibly even longer, depending on how conservative you are with your air. But long story short, it means no more diving up and down looking for treasures. I can just skim along the floor of the ocean, of a lake, of a river, and see what lays beneath. So really, really excited. All right, let's get this unwrapped. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing, Velcro off this side, is I've actually got two separate dive flags in here. So, my American viewers, of which a third of you are American, fun fact, this is the dive flag you guys are familiar with. However, in Australia and in many other countries around the world, we use this flag, the Alpha dive flag. So this is the flag I'll be attaching to my unit. All right, this is the top tube of the Nemo unit. Basically means that water's not going to go down the tube while I'm diving underneath. Keeps it well clear. Ooh, that was a bit loud. What do we got here? All right, now I did say that this was supplied by Detector, and in true fashion, plenty of stickers. Thanks Ed, Caitlin and team. You guys are awesome. Alright, important, prior to diving, all users must read and understand the user manual. Now, that is a digital user manual. I have read it through completely already. You are also obligated to complete some online training prior to using your Nemo unit. I've completed that too. I have been that excited that in the time it got posted to me, I completed the whole module, but it's all pretty common sense stuff. Now, if you've done any form of scuba training, a lot of it will make sense to you already. A lot of the same principles are covered. I would, without even having used this unit yet, would recommend that you have some form of diving experience or education, even if you just undertake the basic scuba course. It is really beneficial for working with these units as well, and even things like underwater communication with your buddies, that sort of thing. Anyhow, just a little bit of a safety footnote there. I'm a mum, us mums are cautious. Alright, the actual Nemo unit. I wonder if I can do the Michael Oliver test here. Now he demonstrates this unit by lifting it with his little finger. Yep, I can do it. Probably not as well as him. The tube, so this is basically what I would be breathing out of underwater. There is a small harness that wraps around your arms and shoulders just to keep the hose in place and also out of your immediate way, but also allowing you to recover the regulator should it fall out of your mouth. It's easy enough to trace it back around, pop it back in, and away you go. This is the inflatable skirt that goes around the outside of the Nemo. We've got a charge cable, we've got the battery, so rechargeable battery gets slotted into the base of the Nemo unit. When you're done, comes out, gets cleaned, goes on charge. Pretty straightforward stuff, and you can buy extra batteries as well for non-stop hunting. It just means that you'll need to come out between each battery usage, swap them over, dry them off, And away you go. Alright. What else have we got in here? I think I've nearly exhausted it. Oh yep, that's part of the charge adapter. And user manual. I think that just about covers it. That is a really awesome backpack. So another thing about this backpack, which I did notice from watching other people's how-to videos, is that you can actually strap things like your fins to the side of the bag. Basically just so you've got all your dive gear, maybe a water bottle, maybe a mask, something like that there. But yeah, so you don't have to carry multiple bags down to the beach, which I think is a really cool feature. I think that's a very decent bit of kit. All right, who wants to see this thing assembled? Because I kind of do. Give me a minute, I'm going to put this thing together. Alrighty guys, that is setup essentially done. You may have noticed I didn't put the battery in it yet, and that's okay. I'm not actually powering it up just yet. I am going to take it to a very protected and sheltered area of water to test it out before I take it out in the real world for some proper treasure hunting. But that's it, I might still find some goodies in the area that I go to. So let's not sit here any longer. Let's go out to the water. Today's training ground is an artificially made rock pool. The deep end is on the left here. It's a couple of meters deep, the perfect training ground for this Nemo. We've got the PulseDive here. Got my fins, which will go on once I'm acclimatized. There we go for oh, that's cold. that I'm reasonably comfortable with the temperature of the water around me, it's time to get my PulseDive metal detector out and see if there's any treasures to find on the floor of this rock pool. What you see here is me diving down to the deepest corner of the rock pool. So as I mentioned at the start, it is a couple of meters deep here. I am actually holding on to the rocks on my left. My weight belt wasn't quite heavy enough. So as you see, as soon as I let go, I float straight back up to the surface. It was very frustrating. To make matters even worse, I had discovered a signal amongst those pebbles right before I floated to the surface. This made me all the more determined to get it. Missed it again. And after all that effort, it was just a bottle cap. Womp womp. You may have noticed that I completely missed a signal there. Now I think due to the thickness of my gloves and the sound of the Nemo on top of the water, I didn't see, hear or feel that signal, so I'm going to have to work on a solution there. Alright folks, it's starting to get cold and safety always comes first with this sort of thing, because I know it's going to take me time to get back to the car. If I don't get out now and start drying off soon, then I might get a little too cold to do things sensibly. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I've learned a couple of things from this. I definitely need to have more weight on my belt to keep me down. I definitely need to work on my duck dive skills. They're a little bit rusty. But otherwise, I had an absolute blast, and I really look forward to doing more hunts of this kind. From, I want to say, in the months to come. It's going to start getting really cold. I'm going to do it where I can until it gets too cold. But rest assured, next summer, next spring, definitely there's going to be tons of this sort of content. So let me know if that's something that you're keen to see. Well folks, that's it for this week. If you were one of my viewers that guessed the contents of the box this week, please let me know in the comments how you went. Was it close to your guess? Was it something different altogether? A few of you got it correct, so I do hope you've seen this episode. I'll be back to a traditional metal detecting video next week. Let me know in the comments, as always, if there's anything else you'd like me to cover, and as always, I will catch you on my next adventure. Cheers. So happy I could dance, if I knew how to dance. Underwater treasuring.